Well, I'm just gonna do a quick run over. It's been a very, very busy week in the sky. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it got worse and worse each day of contrail or stratospheric aerosol injection. But I believe there's a good reason for why they've been doing this, because if you look here on this one and play the movie, you can see here what took place with our magnetosphere, and just watch what an impact our magnetosphere took. So have a look at that. Boom, right? I mean, it was almost touching the surface, right? Oh yeah, that's pretty bad, pretty intense hit. And from what I have been informed of, and which is that we have just received solar wind of 2.5 million miles per hour. In kilometers per hour is 4,023,000. That is in particularly fast. Normally we have a solar wind around 600 kilometers a second, but in this case, when Earth got hit this time, we had 1,117 kilometers a second impact. That's twice as much as normal. So something caused a solar minimum. Our sun is in a solar minimum, Maunder minimum too, to expel such an amount of energy, twice the size of normal speed. And whatever provoked that, I don't know, but we can only guess. And if we look at here, this is Earth and this is Earth, and you can see how Earth is being hammered at all times. Look at that. Boom, that was right there, we got hit. And you can see it right there. Dang, we got hit. You see that? That's pretty intense. So let me just go back to the pictures. So this is Tuesday morning, and well, you've seen that before, and that before, and that before, and you see already at 7:25 a.m. in the morning is already beginning to look like another planet, pretty much. And in this case, I am on my way to Oklahoma today. I've been driving in Oklahoma all week, and you can say that's been lucky for me, because I have seen some stuff here. Just look at how it's laid out here. This is in Oklahoma. The other pictures just saw was in Texas. And look at this. This is quite strange looking. And this is exit 24 I'm coming up to on I-35. And this is a little later. Can't really remember where it is, but it is in Oklahoma. And this is at 11:36 a.m. and we already have a thick cover of contrails laid out during the day, and it's pretty bad, to be honest. And this is what I hate to look at, really hate to look at. Look at this. I mean, come on, what's going on here, right? But it pretty much I mean, they are here. This is prediction of what is to come, so they already know in advance that something is going to occur, right? So it makes sense to me, as I have said many times. I don't believe that the contrail or the stratospheric aerosol injection is primarily to control the weather. I believe that this is a sunscreen, if you like. They're trying to protect what's down here as long as they possibly can, because they just as well as, well, some of us know that it's gonna get very hot here, and lots of fires and a lot of explosions from factories, chemicals, and things are changing. And according to scriptures, we're gonna be baptized in fire this time. Not water, but fire. Lots of fire. And that is heat. And what is causing it? Well, something from out there is turning our planet into a pressure cooker. It's not helping, it's kind of defeating the purpose that they're doing that, because these metal particulates, when the natural heat from the earth is escaping upwards out towards space, these metal particulates are reflecting it back towards the earth at the same time, meaning that this aerosol layers they're putting on serves like a thermal bottle. You get my point? So it retains the heat, but it's necessary for them to do this worldwide, because if they're not doing this, look at this one. Isn't that just bizarre? Uh-oh, something went wrong. Look at this. Let's go down. Look at that, how that is shattering up on, oh, come on, there, and making this kink right there. Just strange, just bizarre. And right there again, this Contrail laid out, and then it boop, and then it goes like that. That was an I-44 coming out of Sepulpa, and I'm on my way back to Texas, and it's pretty ghastly. And it clearing up later in the day, because then the rays from the sun is not that powerful as if the sun is high on the sky. The light is filtered more through the atmosphere, so that the UVC rays, UVA and UVB rays, lessen, and that's one of the reasons for why we're having a orange sun and red sun that we don't have much of anymore, but once in a while we do. It's because sunlight is penetrating a thicker layer of atmosphere. Because when you're looking in the horizontal plane like here and looking straight ahead, you're looking through a much thicker layer of atmosphere than if you were looking straight up, 90 degrees up. But if you're looking horizontal, 180 degrees, you're looking through much more density of atmosphere, and that is why the color of the sun is changing at sunset, and also of course at sunrise. And here we got chemtrails splitting, quite bizarre. Oh, now I said the magic words, so now there will be a little square box down here underneath the video explaining what contrails is, because AI has already picked up that I said the magic word. So just wait, it will be there, guaranteed. But it is actually public noise that there is a stratospheric aerosol program going on, and they're quite vocal about it, and they're not hiding it anymore. It's not hush hush, and I think I have a pretty good idea why they're doing it. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. They're trying to protect planet Earth from what is coming from outside, to maintain status quo, because if they're not doing it, we will have a complete crop failure worldwide, and then there will be no status quo anymore. There will be pandemonium in the streets, and they will lose all control. So they have to do whatever it takes to maintain control of the situation, because they themselves know that they don't have a long time to do that job in, to get their so wanted New World Order. So this is Wednesday morning, and we're starting out already now, right? They're freaking busy. Let's see if it wants to change. Yeah, it does. Wow, fantastic. So that is an interesting trail they laid there. They might be a little grainy, these images from morning and evening, but I mean, I don't have a tripod and I don't have time to go out and set it on a tripod and use a long exposure, so they can become a little grainy, but it still illustrates what's going on. And this is already at 7:10 in the morning. I'm on my way to Wiley in Texas, and they are freaking busy already laying out. The sun is right there below the horizon still, but they're already laying the framework for what is later to become another planet of looks. And we got a train passing. Good grief. And look at all that traffic. Oh man, I hate morning traffic and rush hour traffic in Texas. It's a nightmare. And everybody's so busy. So this is on President George Bush Turnpike. Come off Texas 114, and now I'm going northeast, and east once in a while. And I got a funny one out here in the distance. It's not that clear, but look how it's twisting. It kind of looks strange. And unfortunately I don't get close enough to this one so I can get a real good picture of it. But it kind of looks like a mustache. And we got a triangle shape being made here. And I'll show you a triangle later. So here we got double triangle. You see here, and we got it a long triangle there being laid out. And they're filling in within these lines, and it's something I've noticed. They lay out the lines and then they fill in between, and they kind of frame them in and keep them in that vicinity for an extended period of time. And here again we get another triangle of wedge shape. So we've got 3 wedge shapes in the same vicinity at this moment at 7:53 a.m. Wednesday morning. And I'm then on my way to Oklahoma City after coming out of the rail at Kansas City Southern in Wiley. And of course it's now beginning to look like another planet, right? And now it's 10:20 in the morning, and later, and this is the result of it, of a whole day, or not even a whole work day yet. It's 12:41 and it looks like that already. So you can see that they are laying out a very thick protective layer, and here we got a mix of cotton wool and, well, that's the sun, I guess. Did you just hear my stomach rumble there? Good heavens. Interesting. Yeah, I'm on I-44 here going to Sepulpa after Oklahoma City, and yeah, I'm just taking some pictures of it. But here's something funny going on. You see here we get these crepuscular rays in the sky, but the sun is behind me. It's not there, it's behind me. I'm going east, and it's 4:30 in the afternoon, so it's obvious at this time of year that the sun is sitting in the west. And just look at that. So I'm wondering, what the heck, what is causing that? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Why are they showing up? It's even more visible there. What the heck? So I took a lot of pictures of it. Couldn't help myself, I had to, because that just puzzled me. See them still over there. I am actually coming very close to the pulpit now, and they're still there, and the sun is still way behind me. It's actually over here behind me, on my left behind me, so it doesn't really fit with the angle of the rays. And you could see that I am on I-44 toll road east to the pulpit, and I'm pretty much there, you see now. So, and this is when I get off the off-ramp down to Route 66, and that looks peculiar, right? And this is when I turn around. Now I'm going towards west. Now I'm actually going west, and you can see over here the sun is over here buried in clouds, and of course we got one of the usual suspects replenishing what they've already laid out. So that's how that looks. And a little later, the same cloud you just saw here, that one, has taken that shape. Now that's some unusual straight lines we got here. How is that possible? Well, it is when we're dealing with whatever technology they're using. And this was the rest of Wednesday, and now we will hop to Thursday, and I'm starting out in a city called Ada in Oklahoma, and this is the morning looking like that. We got rays in the sky, and the framework has already been laid over here, meaning that will be in the southeast. And a little later, still rays in the sky. See them, I mean, it's beginning to be the rule, not the exception, that we have these lines in the sky, and I have no idea what is causing them. I'm clueless to that, to be honest, but this is a pretty good picture. And this is on the Toro Creek Nation, I think it's called, going towards the city of Davis in Oklahoma. Time is exactly 7 a.m. and 57 seconds. Took a few shots of that, and now it disappeared, and the sun is right there starting to break the surface, and no more than 1 hour and 17 minutes after that picture I just showed you, it already now looks like another planet. And I got a reward, and the reason for why I got that reward was, well, I can go find it here. Let me see. Let's go in here. Let me see. Come on, faster. Okay. Da, da, da. Oh, come on. Oh, I hate that. You know, you want to be swift, right? Not swift truck driver, for crying out loud. Come on. Well, I've had some issues lately with my Camtasia recording system. So this is what is hanging in the office, and come on, there. It says Henning is one of our example drivers. He works hard each week, striving for a 2,500 miles mark. He doesn't complain about his load assignment and communicates effectively if he can't make an appointment. Henning truly takes pride in his work, and it shows in his ability to utilize his time and efficiency. Not only does he get the job done, he get it done safely. Since his arrival in 2016, he has accumulated 375,000 safe miles to date. He recently avoided a head-on collision that almost certainly would have been a fatal accident while traveling down two-lane road. the vehicle traveling in the opposite direction drifted into his lane. Because he was aiming high and steering and keeping his eye moving, he was able to avoid contact. His use of the Smith's key system presumably saved a life that day. All in all, Henning sets an example of how we want JP Hunt drivers to be across the board, and we are glad to have him with us. So that's hanging on the wall in there for the rest of December. Yeah. Oh well. I'm honored. I had not expected that, to be honest. Not at all. So that was that one I got there. I got a coffee mug, Thermo, and here's a little letter that tells me I have to go do my physical before 22nd of January. And that's my webcam I record all my driving with. And that's 16 megapixels, so it's pretty good quality. So that was first day. So let's skip on to Friday. And here I got 2 film strips, as you see, and this is something that really messes me up, okay? Because you remember, those who follow me, that I took a picture of a semi-truck on US 69 going north in the morning hours, and the sun was coming up in the east, of course, as it always do, and yet there was a shadow facing towards where the sun is, and that is impossible because the brightest light is coming from that direction, and therefore will cast a shadow along the light path, meaning from east to west. Nevertheless, I have it on tape. So a little grainy, but it still illustrates what's going on. Pretty, still pretty, and pretty. And here we have got this is a little water hole on a US 377 right outside Seminole. And in the summer, sometimes this water hole here is half full of cows trying to cool off, and it's a pretty neat sight. I'll remember to take a picture next time I see them in this pond. It's cool. I love it. And of course at 11 a.m. in the morning it looks like this, and it looks like this, like that. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Alright, just ghastly. They are very busy all day since morning. You just keep going. You just keep going. Come on. Yeah, and they keep going. I'm on my way back to Oklahoma. I actually in Oklahoma, and here I am in Ardmore, Oklahoma, and X marks the spot. Coming to fuel, and again they keep going. Now it's almost 3 p.m. They keep going. It's never ending. Now it's starting to thicken, as you see, and this is I can't freaking remember where that is. I think it's 377, US 377. Yeah, it is. Just look at that. I mean, it's beginning to remind me of Indiana, because that's what Indiana most of the time looked like, especially in the winter period. So this is ugly, right? Pretty darn ugly. And yeah, it just keeps on. And now it's 20 minutes to 5 p.m. And here we got this super truck, Kenworth, and all his marker lights are blue. And one thing I don't understand is he's allowed to drive with blue lights. As far as I know, and it goes for all personal vehicles and all professional vehicles except law enforcement, you are not allowed to have blue light outside your vehicle. You can have all the blue light inside your cab you want to, but outside you cannot have blue lights. I actually got pulled over in Missouri because I had two blue lights sitting in each side of my windshield, and he told me to turn them off. And he asked me, who's using blue light? Police. Yeah, exactly. That's why you should not use them, because if you come up behind old Mrs. Smith in your truck and she sees those blue lights, she might think it's a police officer and you will scare her coming in your big ship there. You cannot use blue light, it's against the law. But this guy here, he got blue lights everywhere. Gosh. And it honestly don't even look good. To be honest, I don't think it does. And again, here we got some more crap. Well, that's actually in the morning, the same image. Yeah. So that was first day. So here I will break the video off and continue with Friday, and then I will show you these two clips where you can actually see the shadow. And this is live recording. You can see the shadow on both sides of the vehicle, which is impossible. So let's do that, and then I'll return to you just shortly. Okay, what are we having going on here? Oh, now it's showing up. Fantastic. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I want you to see this. See the shadows? There's one on the other side of the vehicle towards the sun. The sun is up there. But if you look closely, you can see there's two shadows. There's one on the side that points towards the sun. That's simply not possible unless there's a light source over here. Because the sun is bloody there. Look at that. How can that be? It cannot be. You can't have a shadow on the freaking same side where the sun is. Over and out. Okay, let's see this. Look closely. It's got a shadow on the same side where the sun is. This is... I don't get it. Seriously, I don't get it. Now, that was pretty wild to see that there was two shadows, wouldn't you say? It don't lie well with me, because that's not happening. So yesterday I had a complete trailer failure. I was driving on US 177 north on my way to Jenks, Oklahoma, going to Kimberly-Clark and picking up some diapers for all these butthurt Californians. So I ran over something on the road, and I tried not to hit it. There was something lying in the road, and it was lying dead center in the lane, and I had oncoming traffic, and there's no shoulder out on US 177, none. So there's no escape. You get out in the soft, it's over. Because they kind of ditch out like this. You're going to run off the road and crash your truck, probably get hurt. So I decided to take it in between my wheels, so I'm not hitting it. And when I got into the city of Sulphur, I could see that I was dragging a green long net, one of those nets that they wrap hay bales in. So I stopped, and it was attached to a bolt on my tractor, and it was so long it actually was going all the way down to the tandems. So it was some 53 feet long stretch. So I took it off, and then I started rolling again. And when I got up to the turnpike going over to Oklahoma 1, there was a freaking another green thing. So there was two, so I had to stop again and take that one off. So I actually had two. So apparently it was a pair that was lying there. So I didn't think of it. I mean, it's just a soft material, it's just a net. And when I got to the city of Okmulgee last night, um, someone honked at me rolling the window down and says, "You got no light on the rear of your trailer." Oh. So I had to abort my mission going to Kimberly-Clark. I could have picked it up and found safe haven after that. And I just passed Love Truck Stop in the city, so I U-turned safely, because there are places in the middle of the road where you can turn around. And I went to Love Truck Stop and called fleet support, and it seemed like when the mechanic, he found the fault in a couple of minutes, and he said, for some weird reason your plug to the rear of your trailer has been ripped out of its socket. And he said to me, "I don't understand how that can happen. That's not normal." And so I just thought, well, maybe when I drove over those nets, they wrapped up around the wiring on the trailer just for a short moment, and when they got caught in the wind and whatever happened, they unplugged to the rear of the trailer. So that was it. So I actually lost a lot of miles today, because I should have been in Paris and picking up another set of divers going to California at another Kimberly-Clark plant in Paris, Texas. But I didn't have hours enough to do that trip, so I got home early today, and that was nice. I really like getting home early. But it's gonna show itself on the paycheck, of course, because I lost that would be 260 miles, and I get 47 cents per mile. So that's money you can feel, but money is not everything. So here I'm coming down towards the plant, and you can see here the power plant here is busy, and it's actually 29 degrees, and you can see the grass is frozen. It's pretty cold, but I'm okay. I grew up with all 4 seasons, so it doesn't really faze me. It's just when it's humid and cold at the same time that I don't like. So I'm coming in on the plant, and you see they're already there, right? And you can see the frost fog down here. It's pretty cold. And here I'm on the drop yard, taking some more pictures of what they're starting up on. Still at the plant. And now I've left the plant, going the same road that you just saw the steam coming up, just going back to towards Hazlet in Texas. And already now it's showing that, wow, we're busy. I'm on US 75 South right now, and it's getting worse, and it's getting much worse, and we haven't seen anything yet. Literally, this is just getting bad, and this is the worst day, I think. Absolutely nuts. They just kept coming, and I'm still on US 75 South, still there. Gosh, man. And I'm still on it, just going a little turn, and more of it. This is actually, no, this is I-40. Yeah, I'm on I-40. Yeah, I'm coming pretty close to my exit, Prague and Seminole, US 377. That's the route I take when I go down, because I don't like being around all these idiots out here. So I actually try to go alternate routes where I know for a fact that there is not a lot of traffic. And for me, it's not always about time, it's also about getting the load to its destination safely. And honestly, I have no faith in these dudes here. And if you look at how they are right here on the road, This is what is so bloody dangerous. You see how close the cars are to each other. You see this semi-truck here. He's tailgating the truck in front of him. Literally can count the scratches on his license plates. If this truck in front of him has to stop for some weird reason, gets shocked over a deer is jumping over the road, you never know what's going on. Anything can happen in an instant. You saw that on my near miss in Louisiana. All of a sudden a car is in my lane almost ramming into me, but thankfully nothing happened there, but it could have been seriously fatal for him. He would have been dead. So he brakes, he run up in his butt, he probably will collide with this one, and we got these three cars probably texting and driving, or super annoyed that they can't get around these trucks fast enough. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vehicles plastered up against each other, and that's something I see all the time. Literally all the time. They're driving in packs, and that's actually called aggressive driving, and people just don't get it, and people do it. I've been told by one of my trainers at my company, the reason for why people are driving like that on the interstates is because they have grown up with the imprint from their parents. You need to stay together. You know, it heightens the safety of all parties. So they're doing the same thing out on the road. They think they're safe when they're clustering together, but they don't realize if something goes wrong in front of them, I mean, it's just game over. They got no chance. And on 35, where speed limit from state border Oklahoma down to Denton is 75 miles an hour, and everybody's driving in left lane, bumper to bumper, with 75 miles an hour, and weaving in and out of traffic. I mean, that's just a recipe for disaster. Correct? So this is Seminole. It's looking really bad. It is bad. Super bad. Look at that triangle. That was what I was talking about. I'll show you a triangle. Look at that. Wow. Look how it's cutting the sun off. Just wild. I sent these to Mr. MB333, these images here, because he likes triangles in his videos, and that is definitely a triangle. Just look at this. How do they do that? How do they cut the light? Look at this blur here, right? And it's just like it's sliced. It's not anything down here, right underneath this line. How do they do that? It's weird stuff. And some more US 377 South. And I have no idea where I'm at there. All I know is that it's 12 minutes past noon, and that's how it looks. It's getting worse. And now I know where I'm at. I'm in Spring, Oklahoma, on Oklahoma 53, and I am almost on 35, which I am on now. This is Lake Jean, no start. And this is just bad. This is dirt on my windshield. That's not contrails, don't worry. And here we got the cottonwools laid out, going in all kind of directions, right? These are going that way, these are going that way, these are slanting a little. I mean, come on, is this natural? No, it's not, for crying out loud. Okay, I'm in Texas now, I believe. Yeah, I'm in Texas, I think. And it's now 1:30, and this long cloud here, stretching from east to west, just amazing. Look what it does inside that cloud. What the heck is going on? What is that? I'm actually coming to Flower Mount there, almost at my exit. Look at that. What is that stuff? How do they do that? This is Texas Motor Speedway, right there. That's Motor Speedway. I don't know how they do that. Creating that in the middle of it, of these cotton wool. And then they make this fluffy thing here. That is just bizarre looking. And then it's beginning to go upwards like that, sticking straight vertical all of a sudden. I mean, what? How is that possible? What are they doing? Just look at that. It's strange. And then I come in on the rail in Hazlitt, and then I'm looking at that. Unfortunately, that is not total focus. I should have taken some more images of it, but look at that. What the heck is that? And look at that, cut straight through there, like someone took a knife and just cut it off. And look at it, how different they are from each other. This is some more like fluffy stuff, and here it's very defined. See that? How the hell is that possible? It almost looks like that this is something physical, you know, intelligent made something, you know, machinery, because it don't fit into any of it. It completely stands out. And again, how do they do this? And that is last image of this presentation. And I'm down washing my car off, because when it's been sitting there in the yard for a whole week, it's not pretty. Oh no. So the sun is in here somewhere. I can't freaking see where it is. It's probably right now. But what I wanted to, why I took this picture is because of the colors. These purple colors. And what is going on with that? What is these white spots here? I don't get that. That's something I've seen many times in the clouds. So there's these round dots at the edges. I mean, don't that look like a square? Right there? Yeah, it does. What the heck is that? Oh no, I'm not going to go into that. I've tried that before. That's going to be long and painstaking, because there's something up there with the contrails, or the injected aerosols. There's something up there accompanying it, and I'm not so sure it's friendlies, if you get my point. So you can see this entire week has been total stratospheric aerosol injection program on steroids in Oklahoma and Texas. Just insane. Not something I have seen for a long time, but this was bad. And this might just be why. This is geospace magnetosphere prediction. And you can see this is a pretty big hit with 1,117 kilometers per second, twice as fast as normal solar wind. Look at that. Boom. Just kapow. Crazy. So that might just be why that they have been up and doing all this footwork, because maybe they knew if this was getting in, it might have struck the surface, and that's not something you want. Look at that. Just kaboom. Nuts. You can see how fast it's stabilizing, but still it's like a head-on collision. Just wait till it starts over, you can see it. is a mega impact. It's coming now. Wow. So yeah, that's just what I think. I think this is why. So this is from today. Actually it's not. It's actually right now. So what you saw in the first part of the video where I showed this in the beginning of the video, you could see there was a much harder impact on the magnetosphere than there is now. It's because this one is currently real time, and this is not real time. This is the past and future. So you can see Earth got a smackdown, and we can be glad that it was turning red at the behind, at the bow shock, not at the front, because that would surely have impacted us. It would have hit the surface, and then I think the aerosol program would have been completely irrelevant in this case. They would have disrupted everything and put stuff on fire, and possibly earthquakes, a lot of them. Maybe Cascadia will pop off because of that. I don't know. That was Cascadia, the Cascadia subduction zone. So all these things here has something to do with volcanic earthquake activity. This have an impact on our tectonic composition. So that's what I had. I just thought I wanted to share this intense aerosol week from Tuesday to Saturday. So with that, over and out. And of course, God bless you all.